Most people think of Irish whiskey as cheap St. Paddy's shots and a Jameson at the pub. The shelf is packed with celebrity bottles, resurrected old names, and triple cask buzzwords, so it is hard to know what is actually good. We are ranking 10 famous Irish whiskey brands from worst to best, and we will call out which ones are marketing hype and which ones are actually worth sipping. Quick primer on Irish whiskey. Irish whiskey is distilled and aged in Ireland for at least 3 years in wood. Compared to bourbon and Scotch, Irish whiskey is usually triple distilled, which means a lighter, smoother spirit with less smoke. Main styles, very briefly. Single malt, 1 distillery, 100% malted barley, rich and malty. Single pot still, a mix of malted and unmalted barley, creamy, spicy, uniquely Irish. Single grain, lighter, and often the backbone of blends. Blended, a mix of styles, and where most familiar brands live. This list runs from party bottles and budget blends up to serious pot still and premium releases. Number 10. Proper number 12. Conor McGregor's Celebrity Whiskey. Huge marketing and a simple blended profile, light vanilla and grain, thin and generic. Fine as a cheap mixer with cola or ginger ale, weak as a neat pour. It is the poster child for celebrity cash grab whiskey. Number 9. Slane. A modern brand tied to Slane Castle and rock show vibes. Triple cask finishing in virgin oak, seasoned oak, and sherry gives vanilla, caramel, butterscotch, and dried fruit. Very smooth and slightly dessert-like, great in cola, coffee, or on ice. It feels engineered for mass appeal rather than distinct Irish character. Number 8. Bushmills Original. From Ireland's oldest licensed distillery and a hugely recognizable name. Flavor is light honey, grain, and soft fruit, extremely easygoing. A good starter Irish and mixer, but too delicate and simple to impress serious drinkers. There are richer Bushmills single malts, but we are talking about the flagship bottle here. Number 7. Tullamore Dew, a classic pub staple, a blend of grain, malt, and pot still. Gentle fruit, vanilla, and grain sweetness with a little more depth than bottom-tier bottles. Extremely versatile for shots, highballs, Irish coffee, or neat for beginners. It does not blow you away, but it almost always works. Number 6. Jameson. The global default. One of the best-known whiskey brands in the world, everywhere from dive bars to airports. Triple distilled blend with vanilla, toasted wood, light spice, and green apple. Super smooth and accessible. The go-to Irish shot and gateway bottle. It sits mid-table because it does everything well and nothing amazingly. Once you have tried higher-end pot still and single malt options, spin-offs like Black Barrel and Caskmates are strong upgrades, but we are ranking the core bottle. Number 5. Powers. A spicier, character-driven classic and a longtime Dublin favorite. Feels more old school and robust than Jameson, with more spice, oiliness, and punch, while still affordable. This is a genuine sipping whiskey, not just a shooter. Think of it as a blue-collar upgrade. Everyday price with extra soul. Number 4. Teeling Small Batch. Modern and experimental from Dublin, the first new distillery in the city in ages. The blend is aged in bourbon and finished in rum casks, giving toffee, darker fruit, and a rum-sweet edge. A great entry point to experimental cask finishes and newer Irish styles, for people who want something different without going ultra premium. Number 3. Green Spot. a classic single pot still whiskey from Middleton, and a true gateway into pot still character. Honey, green apple, pear, sweet malt, and gentle baking spice. Bright yet rich. Perfect bridge. From blends to real, uniquely Irish whiskey. Respected by enthusiasts and still reasonably priced, often the first bottle that makes people say, "Oh, Irish whiskey can be this good." Number 2. Redbreast 12. The benchmark single pot still. A 12-year-old matured in bourbon and sherry casks, dense and oily, with dried fruit, nuts, spice, honey, and sherry richness. Widely considered one of the best values in premium Irish whiskey. If you want to understand why pot still Irish is legendary, start here. It hits the sweet spot of complexity, availability, and price. Number 1. Middleton Very Rare. Ireland's modern masterpiece. An annual vintage-style blend from Middleton, hand-selected each year. Layered oak, vanilla, tropical fruit, baking spice, soft caramel, and a long, elegant finish. It is the symbol of Ireland's whiskey comeback. Top-tier craftsmanship, heritage, and luxury. Expensive and for special occasions, it is the final boss that proves Irish whiskey can stand with the world's best. Quick recap. We started with celebrity hype bottles and party whiskeys, moved through reliable pub staples and bold modern experiments, and landed on pot still legends and an annual masterpiece. Which of these 10 would you move up or down? Which Irish whiskey is the most overrated and which is the most underrated? Leave your pick and your worst pour stories, and let the arguing begin.